Why do you think it is that African Americans are so disproportionately affected by diabetes?
Um, you know, I don't know. It could be a myriad of things. It could be diet. It could be it just could be genetics. It could go back to slavery, how we were forced to eat and what we were forced to eat and what we had available to eat, and how those things have now become indoctrinated into our lives. As like, okay, this is what we should eat. This is how we eat. I mean, you look at soul food and what we do with, a hog maw, what we do with a chitlin, what we do with collard greens, what we do with neck bones, what we do with ham hocks, what we do with fried chicken. The list can go on and on. We season and flavor our food to a degree where we no longer taste the food.
Right.
I mean, I eat sweet potato pie, and I don't even taste the sweet potato. I taste sugar, I taste cinnamon, I taste nutmeg. I have the texture of a sweet potato, but I don't know what a sweet potato tastes like because I've just never had a sweet potato by itself.
No. Right.
They say cocaine is a hell of a drug. Butter and sugar is a hell of a drug.
That's right. And fried butter and sugar.
Oh my God! Yeah, exactly.
So how do you think we can transition?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
How do you think we can move from those eating habits into something else?
You know what? It's about just bringing awareness. We know what's wrong for us. We know what's bad for our bodies and our systems, but we've been conditioned otherwise, and we've been trained otherwise. It's because it's been passed on from generation to generation to generation that it's almost in our DNA. And something as simple as walking and breathing is how we prepare our food. We can't cook eggs without butter. I mean, we can, but I'm just saying in our community and in our households, that's what we use.
It doesn't taste like an egg unless we add butter.
Yeah, exactly. We can't have eggs without some strips of bacon. And then one begets another. Like a friend of mine, I was like, you need to stop smoking. He's like, well, if I stop smoking, then I need to stop drinking. Okay, well, then stop drinking, because they're both bad for you, really. He's like, well, I have to do it differently. I have to stop drinking for 3 months, and then I'll stop smoking, then I'll go back to drinking. Okay, well, it sounds like eventually you'll go back to smoking because you say you can't have a drink without having a cigarette. So that's the dichotomy of it. But it's all about education. And it's not like that we're asking we need to make a drastic change, but we just need to make a change. We need to make healthier choices.
Right.
It's like, okay, we can still eat the things that we eat. We just have to change the way we eat them.
The way you prepare.
Yeah, I've had to, stop my kids from putting salt on their food. Then we eat something. I was like, you're not even tasting the food. You're not even tasting the vegetables. I'm tasting butter and salt.
Right.
That's not what we're supposed to be eating right now, kids. We're supposed to taste the freshness of the stem of broccoli and the stick of carrot that I just steamed. I didn't boil it. I steamed it for you. So it keeps all of its nutrients. So you can taste the vegetable. You don't have to drown it in this. I don't mind you putting a little on there for a little flavor. That's our problem. And it's not only in our community, it's our country. We live in a country of excess.
Right.
So we've been conditioned to eat a certain way and to think a certain way, just like racism, is a learned behavior, and people are conditioned for that. So are we in terms of food.
Right.
And in terms of our health.
And I think even we can't depend on just trying it once, and that's a good analogy with racism. Even when we look at true with diabetes, I think, and with controlling what we eat and how we eat it. I've noticed that just stopping the salt, just not using as much, and eventually just not using salt and using a sea salt instead. At first, no, I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get used to it, and it took some time. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight, one time when we try it. We've got to try it again and again and again.
No, exactly. I agree with you. That's what we use in our house, sea
Mm-hmm.
salt. And you say we have a knee-jerk reaction. Well, if we as a culture, we as a people, we as a race continue to eat the way that we do and to have this disease the way that we have it, yeah, during that knee jerk, you just may jerk that knee right off.
How profound.
That's the unfortunate truth about it. Especially in the African American community,
Mm-hmm.
we are this the rate that we are losing our limbs
Mm-hmm.
in relationship to how other races are is disproportionate. We are at the highest level in everything.
Yeah.
Our numbers are higher than everyone, and I think it's the way that it is because of lack of information, about the disease, lack of education about the disease. If we knew what this was, and if we actually, we do know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we're not moving on it to make change. It goes back to what you asked earlier. I don't know. I don't know what it will take. I lost my father to diabetes. My mother in the last 3 years has been diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. I'm a diabetic. I see what it does. I read the statistics. I know what the numbers are. That's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make a change in my life for others to make a change in theirs. It feels great when I walk down the street and people say, "Damn, how much weight did you lose?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yo, I want to be on your program." And I was like, "Hold on, brother. No, you don't want to be on this program. Thank you for the compliment. I lost 35, almost 40 pounds.
Wow.
How did you do it?" "Well, you don't want to do it the way I did, but you want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just not the way I did it." So, I try to lead by example. I try to be a beacon, for the community and for those who suffer with this disease. That's why, I joined Eli Lilly in the F.A.C.E program, to do that.
Now, will you be doing any programs with Lilly with the F.A.C.E program? And, where people will come in the seminars or anything like that?
Yeah. I'll be out tomorrow. We'll be out tomorrow. We'll have a presence at Victory Over Diabetes for the ADA.
Okay. Where is
You're
that?
you're in Atlanta, correct?
I'm
Correct?
in Detroit.
You're in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, we're in Atlanta right now for the American Diabetes Association Victory Over Diabetes at the is it not the Georgia Dome, is it? The Georgia Convention Center, one of the largest things that they have throughout the year. So we're here for that, and we travel the country, bringing awareness to the community throughout the year. And they can log on to our website, which is face-diabetes.com.
Okay.
F-A-C-E-diabetes.com.